Hi students, നമ്മളിന്ന് ഒരു ആപ്ലിക്കേഷൻ ഓഫ് ചെയിൻ റൂൾ കാണാൻ പോവാണ്. ഇത് വളരെ ഇമ്പോർട്ടൻ്റ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള ഒരു ആപ്ലിക്കേഷനാണ്. ഡിഫറൻഷ്യൽ ജോമെട്രിയിലൊക്കെ ഒരുപാട് യൂസ് ചെയ്യുന്നതാണ്. അപ്പോൾ നിങ്ങളുടെ അസംഷൻസ് ഇങ്ങനെയാണ്. Suppose you have a differentiable mapping gamma of an open interval a comma b into E, where E is an open subset of Rn. നിങ്ങളുടെ ലാംഗ്വേജിൽ ഇതിനെ പാരാമീറ്ററൈസ്ഡ് കർവ് എന്നാണ് വിളിക്കുക. What is a parameterized curve? It's a continuous mapping of some interval ab into Rn. So gamma is a parameterized curve. And suppose you have a differentiable function f defined on this open subset E of Rn. F is a real valued function defined on E. Now look at the composition. So first gamma of t, where t varies in AB, then take f of that. T here in AB, here you have gamma of t, and f takes gamma of t to f of gamma of t. So it's a real number. So call this composition G. So G is equal to f composite gamma. It's a mapping of the open interval AB into R. So this is at the level of the given functions. So this is the assumption. Now, what happens to the derivatives? So at the level of derivatives, you can use chain rule. For the composite function, you use chain rule to get the derivative. So what is g dash t? It is by chain rule f dash of gamma of t into gamma dash t. Now let us draw a diagram at the level of derivatives. So since gamma is a mapping of AB into E, where E is a subset of Rn, gamma dash t, it's a linear transformation from R to Rn. Now, since f is a mapping of E subset of Rn into R, f dash of x is a linear transformation from Rn to Rn. So in particular, f dash of gamma of t, that's also a linear transformation from Rn to R. Now for the composition G, it's a mapping of AB into R. So G dash t, it's a linear transformation from R to R. G dash t is a linear transformation from R to R. And the chain rule says G dash of t is equal to f dash of gamma of t into gamma dash t. So this is at the level of the derivatives, this diagram. മനസ്സിലായെന്ന് വിചാരിക്കുന്നു. നമുക്ക് ഇതിനെ component wise study ചെയ്യാം. Now gamma is a mapping of AB into E subset of Rn. So gamma has components gamma 1 etc. gamma n. And F is a mapping of E into R, where E is a subset of Rn. Now take any point x in E. So x has got n components x1 etc. xn. Okay, fine. Now look at this gamma. For this gamma dash of t, it's a gamma was from AB into E subset of Rn. So gamma dash t, it's a linear transformation from R1 to Rn. A linear transformation from R1 to Rn can be expressed in terms of an n by 1 matrix. So what is the derivative of gamma dash of t? What is the matrix of gamma dash of t? It is the n by 1 matrix, gamma 1 dash t, etc., gamma n dash t. നമ്മൾ കഴിഞ്ഞ ക്ലാസ്സിൽ കണ്ടു the derivative of a linear transformation can be computed in terms of the partial derivatives. ഇവിടെ partial derivative എന്ന് പറയാൻ ഇവിടെ ഒരു വേരിയബിൾ ആയിട്ടുള്ളൂ, gamma of t. T is the independent variable, but gamma has got components, gamma 1 etc., gamma n. അപ്പോൾ നമുക്ക് ആ componentsന്റെ derivatives എടുക്കണം. Those derivatives become the ordinary derivatives. Ordinary derivatives are gamma 1 dash t, etc., gamma n dash t. Now, നമ്മൾ മാട്രിക്സ് എഴുതുമ്പോൾ ഒരു ബേസിസ് ഫിക്സ് ചെയ്യും, കോഡമൈനിലും ഡൊമൈനിലും. അപ്പോൾ ഇവിടെ R1ന്റെ Rnന്റെയും ബേസിസ് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് സ്റ്റാൻഡേർഡ് ബേസിസുകളാണ്. അപ്പോൾ R1ന്റെ സ്റ്റാൻഡേർഡ് ബേസിസ് എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ സിംഗിൾട്ടൺ 1, Rnന്റെ സ്റ്റാൻഡേർഡ് ബേസിസ് എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ E1 etc., En. Where for Ej it is 0 0 etc. 1, 0 0 etc. 0, where 1 occurs in the jth plane. ആ ബേസിസുകൾ ഉപയോഗിച്ചിട്ടാണ് ഈ മാട്രിക്സ് നമ്മൾ എഴുതിയിരിക്കുന്നത്. Now F is a mapping from E to R, where E is a subset of Rn. So f dash x is a linear mapping from Rn to R. This linear transformation has got a matrix representation. That matrix will be of order 1 by n. What are the entries? നമ്മൾ last class കണ്ടു, entries of that matrix are precisely partial derivatives of f. So dou f by dou x1 at the point x, etc., dou f divided by dou xn at the point x. So this matrix will represent the linear transformation f dash x with respect to the standard basis of Rn and R. Okay? Now, in the chain rule, we had written g dash of t is equal to f dash of gamma of t into gamma dash t. What is meant by that into? Into means multiplication. So what is multiplication of linear transformation? As we learned, it is precisely composition of linear transformations. Now, when linear transformations compose to give rise to a new linear transformation, what happens to their matrices? So matrix of the composite matrix equal to, so if two linear transformations compose, A and B compose to give a new linear transformation C, that means C equal to A compose B, then matrix of C is matrix of A into matrix of B. That into is matrix multiplication. So G dash of T is f dash of gamma of T composite gamma dash T. So matrix of G dash T is matrix of f dash of gamma of T into matrix of gamma dash T. But matrix of f dash of gamma of T is dou f by dou x1 at the point gamma of T, at the point gamma of T, etc., dou f divided by dou xn at the point gamma of T. This 1 by n matrix, 1 row n columns, into this n by 1 matrix, n rows 1 column, which is the matrix of gamma dash T. This gamma 1 dash T, etc., gamma n dash T. So now you multiply these two matrices. How do you multiply? First into first plus etc. plus last into last. So you will get summation I is equal to 1 to n dou f by dou xi at the point gamma of t into gamma I dash of t. So this is the matrix of G dash t. Remember, this is a 1 by 1 matrix. But 1 by 1 matrices correspond to real numbers. So equivalently, you have G dash of t is equal to you have G dash of t is equal to sigma I equal to 1 to n dou f by dou xi at the point gamma of t into gamma I dash of t. ഇതുവരെ മനസ്സിലായെന്ന് വിചാരിക്കുന്നു. Now we will make a definition. So definition. So your f is a mapping of an open subset E of Rn into R. F is a real function defined on T. And assume f is differentiable in E. For each x in E, you define a certain vector. Call it the gradient of f. So del f at x is equal to dou f by dou x1 at the point x, etc. dou f by dou xn at the point x. So this is the n tuple. Correspondingly, you have the linear combination notation. So what is that? Dou f by dou x1 at the point x into E1 plus etc. plus dou f by dou xn at the point x into En, where Ei's are the standard basis for Rn. This vector is called gradient vector. Remember, this actually represents the derivative of f, as we saw in the previous slide. So del f or gradient of f stands for derivative of f. Del f stands for derivative of f. Del f stands for derivative of f. Hope you understood. Now in the two previous slide we had written gamma dash of t is equal to sigma I equal to 1 to n gamma I dash of t vector Ei. Though we expressed this right side as an n tuple, gamma 1 dash etc. gamma n dash, in the linear combination format, this will be the expression for gamma dash of t. So gamma dash of t is this thing, and therefore we have G dash of t. What was G dash of t? It was, let us go to the previous slide. What is G dash of t? Yeah, G dash of t is this thing. Oh, no. G dash of t is del f at x, dou f divided by dou xi at the point gamma of t into gamma I dash of t, then you sum over that. And dou f by dou xi, you take that n tuple, it is called the gradient of f. So it is actually gradient of f that matrix into, you have the column matrix gamma 1 dash of t etc. gamma n dash of t. So that is going to be your G dash of t. G dash of t is equal to, you understood? You have a okay. So what is this? So this is like, what is this? This is something like sigma xi by I. Sigma I equal to 1 to n xi by I. That is precisely x inner product y or x dot product y. And look at this object, that is precisely coming from this vector. And look at this object, this is coming from the column vector gamma 1 dash etc. gamma m dash. So you have precisely sigma xi yi format. So what is sigma xi yi? It is x inner product y. So let us use that to write g dash of t is equal to del f at gamma of t inner product with gamma dash t. മനസ്സിലായെന്ന് വിചാരിക്കുന്നു. Del f is this vector gamma dash of t is this vector, and therefore g dash of t is equal to sigma xi yi. So g dash of t is sigma xi yi form. So x inner product y. X inner product y is precisely this is your x, this is your y. So del f at gamma of t inner product with gamma dash t. So this is your g dash of t, where dot represents the standard inner product in Rn. So let us go to the next slide. ഇത്രയും പറഞ്ഞത് ഓർമ്മയുണ്ടാവണം. Now let us consider a special case. So look at a straight line in Rn. I have shown the figure of R2. So take a vector x here. You have a straight line passing through the point x in this direction. So I want to parameterize this line. How do you parameterize? So to know the direction, I need a unit vector in that direction. So this is that unit vector. Call it u. So I want the parametric equation of a straight line that passes through the point x and parallel to the unit vector, vector u. You have learned how to parameterize such lines in your degree classes. So this is the parameterization gamma of t equal to x plus tu, where t is in R. This is the parameterization of a straight line passing through x and parallel to a unit vector u. So this is my gamma now onwards. This is my gamma. So gamma is this straight line. What is gamma dash of t? How do you differentiate? Component wise. So if x is equal to x1 etc. xn and u is equal to u1 etc. un, then what is x plus tu? It is x1 plus tu1 etc. xn plus tun. Now you differentiate gamma. How do you differentiate? Component wise. So xi plus tui, that is the ith component of gamma. When you differentiate, you will get ui. Differentiation with respect to t will give you ui. That is the ith coordinate. So what is the vector corresponding to that? It is u1, u2 etc. un. Precisely the vector u. So gamma dash of t is equal to u for all t in minus infinity, infinity. Now let us compute g dash of 0. What was g dash of t? It was del f at gamma of t into gamma dash of t. So put t equal to 0. So you will get del f at gamma of 0 into gamma dash of 0. Now what is gamma of 0? That means when t equal to 0, gamma of 0 is precisely x. You can think of a particle moving in Rn with respect to the time t, and when t equal to 0, the particle reaches the point x. So del f at the point x into what is gamma dash of 0? Gamma dash of t is u for all t. So gamma dash of 0 is again u. So g dash of 0 is gamma del f at the point x inner product with u. On the other hand, let us compute g dash of 0. Remember, g is a real function defined on R. So g dash of 0 is, by definition, limit t tends to 0, g of t minus g of 0 divided by t. Substitute for g. What is g? F of gamma of t. So limit t tends to 0, f of gamma of t minus f of gamma of 0 divided by t. Now substitute for gamma of t. Gamma of t is a straight line for the time being, parameterized in this way. So this limit is equal to limit t tends to 0, f of x plus tu minus f of x divided by t. Because when time t equal to 0, particle is at x. Gamma of 0 is x. Understood? Okay. Now what does this represent? This represents some rate of change because this is a derivative. At which point? At the point x. Now look at the increment at the point x. So increment point is x plus tu. So it is a point in the direction of u. X plus tu is a point in the direction of u. So this limit represents the rate of change of f at the point x in the direction of u only. So this is Rn or R2. This is the point x. If this is the vector u, then x plus tu will be somewhere here or here. So this is x plus tu. So f at this point minus f at this point, this is the point x, divided by this distance. What is this distance? It is precisely t. A distance t and area. That is the denominator. So this limit represents the rate of change of f at the point x in the direction of u only. That means the increment point doesn't lie here, doesn't lie here, doesn't lie here. It lies only here or here, like that. In the direction of u only it lies. But this is the vector u. Understood? Thus, from the previous two slides, we see that in the first slide, g dash of 0 was, in the previous slide, g dash of 0 was del f at x dot u, and in the previous slide, g dash of 0 was this limit. So you can equate them. So limit t tends to 0, f of x plus tu minus f of x divided by t, and we understood that this limit represents the rate of change of f at the point x in the direction of u. That is given by this formula, del f at x dot u. And this limit is called directional derivative because this derivative is determined in a particular direction. That's why it is called directional derivative of f at the point x in the direction determined by the unit vector u. And it represents rate of change of f at the point x in the direction of u. മനസ്സിലായെന്ന് വിചാരിക്കുന്നു. We shall give a notation for the directional derivative. Notation is this: du f at x for directional derivative of f at the point x in the direction u. D for derivative. And the definition can be taken as del f at x dot u. This definition actually we derived. I am not giving you this as the directional derivative. We derived so many things, understood its significance, understood its geometry, understood its physics, and then this can be taken as formula for directional derivative. Let me make a remark. Suppose you fix the function f and the point x, and you vary your u. That means you take different straight lines passing through the point x. So you can compute now du f at the point x. Now du f at x is given by this formula. When this will be maximum? Remember, this is dot product. Dot product is also given by a dot b equal to a mod b cos theta, right? So a dot b is maximum when theta equal to 0. That means a and b are in the same direction. Understand? So del f at x dot u is maximum when u is in the direction of del f. Here I am varying u. I have a certain vector del f at the point x. Assume that it is non-zero. Assume that del f at x is non-zero. I am omitting the case del f at x is equal to 0. That means assume del f at x is non-zero. So you have a non-zero vector del f at x, and we have inner product with u, and this inner product is maximum when u is in the direction of del f. When u is a positive scalar multiple of del f, this directional derivative is maximum. Hope you understood. In terms of the components, how do you compute the directional derivative du f at x? Here u should be written with a bar like this. I forgot to write it down because u is a unit vector. So what is du f at x? It is by definition del f at x inner product with u. But what is del f? It is the gradient of f, which we have already defined. What are the components of that gradient vector? It is precisely dou f by dou x1, dou f by dou x2, etc., dou f by dou xn. So how do you express this inner product? So it is sigma is equal to 1 to n dou f by dou xi at the point x. That means components of del f into the respective components of the unit vector u. So ui are the components of u. In other words, u is this thing. So if you compute the inner product of del f at x with u, you will get this expression. So this is the expression for the directional derivative in terms of the components of del f and u. Hope you understood. തൽക്കാലം ഇത് മതി. എന്തെങ്കിലും ഡൗട്ട് ഉണ്ടെന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ നിങ്ങളുടെ ഡിസ്കഷൻ ഫോറത്തിൽ ചോദിക്കാം. താങ്ക് യു.